think of motivation and inspiration, one of the biggest differences I think of between these two is what it takes and for how long. You see, a person can be inspired. And that inspiration, that one thing that inspires them, can last them a lifetime. Many things in life will motivate you. Motivation seems to be something stimulated outwardly in, whereas inspiration seems to be something that comes directly from within you. It's something that resonates. It's something that when you hear it, it speaks to you like a truth that awakens a certain part of your being that you didn't know existed. And this is why oftentimes being inspired oftentimes sparks some type of creative change. Now, why is this so important as a natural lifter? Because the same things it takes to become a great natural lifter are the same ingredients that it takes to be great at anything. You have to have belief in the process. What is the process? The process is, in fact, life. The process is life. And as long as your heart is beating and your lungs filled with oxygen, it's always going to be a process. Always. So what is the process? The process is believing in the process. That's all the process is believing. It's just believing that it's doing something. What? That is the issue. This is where we run into problems and conflicts with the fake natty world and the natural world. When you want to control the results, anabolics seem like the perfect thing because you're able to take them, work out, and literally anybody who says that they don't work, anybody who has these straw man arguments for anabolics or PEDs, they do work. You know, oftentimes you hear people say, well, you can't hit a fastball. You know, just because you take anabolics doesn't mean you can hit a fastball. Well, we're not talking about the people that can't hit fastballs. We're talking about the people that have already mastered the art of hitting fastballs. And what does it tend to do? It tends to make them do whatever it is better. Now, what is that? That is an external source of which you derive your belief from. This is why it's not only physiological, it's psychological to come off of something and not have it. Placebos work 2/3 of the time for a reason, because belief is a very important ingredient in life. And believing is just believing without any evidence, just trusting the process. Life, I'm doing it. I'm putting forth optimal effort. So why does it matter? Do you really think that those results you see will matter? They won't. This is why in most cases, whether it's a breast augmentation, whether it's plastic surgery, there is a high probability that that person is not going to be thrilled or happy, excited with that first surgery. So what happens? Another surgery. Because the results are not, the result is the actual end game or end point of the idea. And you see, the idea and the result may not be the same thing. That's why outcomes are overrated. But if you can understand the process of what it really takes, first and foremost, effort. Effort isn't something you can quantify, but most of the fake natty world looks to tell you to quantify it. No, you quantify your effort. You determine that effort and that output. The drip. When you're pushing yourself so hard that you're sweating from your forehead, that is the drip. And those drips lead to drops. And you know what those drops become? Those drops become breadcrumbs. Because those are the crumbs that it takes for you to do what? To lead others to the same outcome. There are no gains without that in the natural world. There are no gains without that drip. The drip is a lot of things. The drip is the exhaust from the jet fuel, the rocket fuel that it takes you to push yourself. The drip is the outcome of not worrying about results, but just loving the process. I'm living. I'm doing this. Right now, I'm doing this. The idea of willpower. I can, I will, therefore, I am. I'm doing it. Why can't you just embrace the fact that you're doing it? Because outcomes are overrated. Outcomes. I want to look like this. Why can't you look better? I want to look like that. Why can't you look better? When I work with people, the best advice I think I could give anybody, allow the results to become what they are. Don't force them. Don't worry about it. This should not be an unhealthy exercise as you go down your path of fitness. I want to say that again. It should not be unhealthy. And unhealthy is anything that yields that negative result. We understand that negativity is an important factor of life, right? It is an important part that we have to accept. But understand, you're not doing it to look like somebody else. You're doing it to do what? To be the best version of you, because understand, confidence is how you walk in your own shoes. Not worried about how someone else looks in their shoes, but how you walk in your own shoes, or rather, how you walk in your own steps. How you own those steps. That's what confidence is. It has nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with what you see within yourself. Luke 17:21 says the kingdom of God is within. Within. It's been later translated to amongst you. No. If you follow the translations, it is the kingdom of God is within you. It's within you. And this is where belief resides. You work out to galvanize the belief you have in yourself, or the faith you have in yourself. Because what's the difference? Or the confidence you have in yourself. Because they're all states where there is a removal of this stimulant called doubt. Because doubt can be your best friend or your worst enemy. So much of going into a gym and working out is about mindset. Mindset. It's like a program that regardless of your life, regardless of what's going on in life, this is the mindset that I'm going to use when I walk into a gym, when I work out. And if you don't have the right mindset, you're never going to optimize your natural gains. You're going to be the first person to talk about what? You've reached that anabolic threshold. Blah, blah, blah. I'm 40 plus years old, blah, blah, blah. I'm 50. Well, then why are you in the gym if you just came to make excuses? You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like wasted energy. Baller, be all you are.